we are going to start with our chapter number 3, Input-Output Devices. Firstly, we are going to discuss input devices in detail. Input devices. So input devices are basically the physical component, or you can say the physical equipment, which are used to read or translate data consisting of alphabet, number or other symbol into electronic impulses, which can be understood by the computer. The purpose of input device is to pass information into the memory unit of CPU and convert the characters, letters, number and other symbol into binary pattern, or you can say which can be held inside the computer memory. As we all know that the input devices are used for enter data. Now if we talk about the input devices, let's take some common example from around that what are input devices and how they are function. So the first example is keyboard. As we all know, a keyboard is a primary text input device. It consists of a set of keys for computer input. We use keyboard to enter data. It is a type of typewriter, like it works mechanically by striking a hammer with character embossed on its tip on the page along with the ribbon. On computer keyboard, hitting on a keys send an electrical signal to the microprocessor. A standard keyboard includes about 100 keys and each key sends a different signal to the CPU. If we carefully look at the keyboard and notice that the keyboard is divided into 5 groups. What are they? Number 1 is alphanumeric keypad. Alphanumeric keypad is a part of the keyboard that looks like a typewriter, means that arrangement of the keys for the part is similar to the pattern of typewriter. The second, we have the numeric keypad. Numeric keypad usually placed on the right side of the keyboard that looks simply like a calculator, means which include number keys 0 to 9 digit. And also perform the 4 basic operation, that is plus, minus, divide and multiply. The third, we have the function key, or you can say the function keypad. So these keys are usually arranged on the top of the keyboard in a row with a number mark on them from F1 to F12. Basically, these keys are used to input command without typing the long command, or you can say to active. They are used to active menus or dialog box. Each keys have its own specific function depend on the program that you are using. The next, we have the screen navigation, or you can say the cursor movement key. As you notice that in many programs there is a blinking mark on the screen where the keyboard where you press the key will display a particular character, like maybe digit or a special character. This mark is called cursor. Basically, cursor key controls are used to move the cursor around the screen. Most common keyboard include the following cursor movements keys are, that is arrow key, home and end key, page up and page down key. Now the last one, we have the modifier key. So modifier keys are used to modify the input of other keys, means you need to press another key while holding down one of the modifier keys, like shift, control, alt are some example of modifier keys. Now let's look at the next example of the input device is mouse. Basically, mouse is also a primary input device, but it lacks the ability to easily transmit textual information. It is also known as pointing device, that is used to move a pointer on the computer screen in order to point to a place on a display screen, or to select one or more action that need to be performed. The mouse apparently got its name by using, or you can say by being about the same size and shape as a toy. The original mouse has a button which the user click on held down to place the cursor. Now many models have many more than one buttons. The most conventional kind of mouse has 2 buttons, the left one and the right one, but the left one is used more frequently. Now the third most common example of input device is the trackball. Basically, trackball is same like the mouse. A trackball is a pointing device that look like upside down mouse. The function of trackball is same as the mouse, but you don't have to roll it over a flat surface like the mouse. You always need to roll the mouse. In order to perform the function, you have to scroll the mouse on a flat surface. while you can use the trackball by rolling the ball with your palm or your finger in the direction you want to place the pointer to go. Now the fourth most common type of input device is a scanner. A scanner basically is an input device because that reads an image or text that converts the data into digital signal, or you can say which can be directly fed and stored in computer. Graphical scanner read photos or other images into the computer and digitize them, means producing bitmapping graphic files. These scanners use optical character recognition software, means to read pages of text and produces edible text file. Some most common type of scanner are the handheld scanner, flatbed scanner, sheet-fed scanner, and joystick. Now the sixth most common type of input device is the light pen. A light pen basically is similar to a mouse, except that with the light pen you can move the pointer and select object on this display screen by directly pointing to the object with the pen. The next one is microphone. Microphones are becoming increasingly important input device nowadays to record speech or voices. Voice input is used most often where the presentation can be benefit from narration. Even if a microphone and a speaker, you can make telephone calls from your computer. Microphone is also useful to arrange audio conferences through internet. The next we have the digital camera. Basically, digital camera is another handheld portable input device that take pictures as input. Normal camera capture pictures on a spatial coded file, while digital camera capture images electronically. These images can be edited, printed, or copied in a document. These devices are not just counted input devices, but there are many more devices like graphic tablet, magnetic ink card reader, magnetic stripe reader, smart card reader, touch screen, and the memory system are also included in the input devices.